Are you ready to start your engines and get moving? Hi, friends. Welcome to my channel. This is your spiritual life coach and numerologist, Michell Aufiero. And this video, I will be talking about numerology and the month of March and the energy that it will be influencing us according to the number that is going to be ruling for the entire month of March. I'm so excited to do this video because the energy is completely different from February. That's why I begin by saying if you are ready to move forward, because everything is going to start to speed up. March will be a life changer for all of us. I will be sharing an overview of the month, and later I will be jumping and focusing for each personal year cycle on what is the new energy that is going to impact each one of you. So stay tuned. Also, I will be sharing the timestamps so you can just jump and choose specifically for your personal year cycle. Okay, so let's get into it. So for the month of March, the number that is going to be ruling us is the number 1. After moving throughout a phase of completing projects and unfinished business in the month of February, because it was represented by the number 9, which the 9 is the meaning of endings and completions, for March is going to feel different. Is going to shift into a completely different tone. We might feel rejuvenated and motivated to conquer our goals, our dreams, or anything that we want to manifest. Because the number 1 represents fresh starts, represents beginnings, represents creation. We might feel more energized. The number 1 is the baby number from numerology. It's the first number. So I like to call it like the baby, but it represents one of the mental numbers, which means that for the month of March is going to be a lot of mental structures. Whatever we put our mind into it, it will be easy for us to manifest. The energy is just going to be in our favor. So this is the time to take advantage and create anything that you want to grow, throughout even this month, but as well for the rest of the year. As we connect more with our logic, we will be able to create ideas and bring them into life. The number 1 symbolizes the color red. The number 1 symbolizes or represents the sun. So this means that the sun, you know what I'm saying, is going to give us that vitality, which is by the number 1, it's going to give us vitality to, like I said at the beginning, to feel more motivated, more energized, rejuvenated. New doors are going to begin to open up for us. New opportunities will knock on our doors. The question is if you are willing to open those new opportunities and welcome those adventures, new adventures, I might say, Again, the number 1 in numerology also is associated with the element of fire. So that's going to help us to reignite and connect with our passion, maybe a new passion that we are starting to be interested about, and that we actually want to move forward and maybe just create something, behind it. The number 1 is one of the creative numbers. In the tarot deck or in the tarot cards, The number one is represented by the magician. The magician, which signifies it's time to make some magic. It's time to manifest your dreams, your goals, like I keep, mentioning about. So, additionally, in March, overall is going to invite us to plant the seeds that we want to grow into this month, but also throughout the entire year of 2023. This is an excellent time to be original and invent yourself or invent something unique that it will lead you or lead us to those new beginnings. If you want to reinvent yourself, perhaps maybe physically and dress differently, you know what I'm saying? This is actually a great way to begin. You perhaps might feel pulled to do so. Um, it's a month that will encourage us to shine and just be you and be creative. We can feel very inspired, so we can build those ideas. So pay attention of any ideas that pop into your mind. Try perhaps to write them down, so you don't forget, and you can go back and read them, and you can eventually apply them, one at a time. As we move forward into the month, we will feel the need to focus in ourselves on what we want to create. Um, this means that by having that influence number, which is the one, is going to really push us to connect of who we are, to connect with ourselves. It's all going to be about you. It's all going to be about me. It will remind us to focus on what is it we want to create, what is it we want to do. We just have to be aware that our ego, it doesn't take over us, and we might intend to get a little bit selfish, and I just want to give you a heads up on that, okay? Because we can begin to start focus a lot on us, and we can begin to forget about our what is surrounding us, or our family, our about our coworkers or boss, or because you're starting to focus just about you. So that's just the shadow side of that number one, just to balance that, and so you don't lose yourself regarding about just thinking what is it you want, because the number one represents leadership. So this month is going to lead us to stand out, to stand alone, to connect with your individuality and lead by example, and to help others to succeed, to be independent and take action of your dreams. We might feel more courageous to tackle our projects and give them a new structure and create on what we want to bring into life. Also, if you're looking to apply for a job or change to another position, let's say that you started to be interested in, now this is actually the perfect time to do so, especially for the first 2 weeks of March, I want to say. It's good to start your own career, to start your own business, or perhaps to study something new. Let's say also a new healthy routine, just a new project that you got your eye into it. Also, I want to add that it's great to launch your business, to open the doors to the public, or to maybe make it official and put it in social media, or to open your new website, or whatever is the case of each one of you, because the month of March is going to really give us that green light to really move forward. You might actually start already to feel it. I don't know about you guys, but I started to already feel it. It's a lot of mental and fiery right now elements that are gonna be surrounding us, even accordingly to astrology too, but just here focusing on numerology. But that's what is gonna push us to really move forward. Our minds can actually feel like rushed or like a fast pace. Just be aware to not be impulsive and to make any quick decisions, okay? Because you're gonna begin to start feeling good, at least most of us, and depending, of course, each personal cycle, but this is going to be influencing us equal for all of us. This is a global energy that is going to be with us, for the entire March. So this is going to take us also as well to give us a sense of more clarity and understanding on what is the next step that we need to take, and where the rest of the year is going to lead us. If you did not had already the clarity, perhaps like the last few weeks on February. Also, I want to highlight that for the month of March, it's actually great to start a relationship, and this can be whether romantically or business wise. Also, it's be open to, you might receive opportunities to expand, and this can help you to for a long term, for the future. It's an excellent month to meet new people, so don't be surprised if that will play a role, meeting new people that can help you move forward, and also vice versa, you helping others. If you were planning, let's say, getting married, getting engaged, or expand your family, perhaps to conceive a child, this is actually great and favorable month for you to start trying and practicing. um, so just putting it out there, so take advantage also as well of the energy. So also the month of March, by being ruled by the number 1, it's very favorable to perhaps also explore new places and take vacations that you never been before. Why not? Maybe you would like to start writing a book for the first time. This is a great beginning actually to go through this process. So just pay attention, whatever is calling your soul to do so, it's for a reason. And again, I'm going to actually emphasize and repeat it, that you might start already feeling it by February. So just go back and do some review about that and reflect. You probably already received some kind of opportunities and changes, that where it's gonna lead you for the rest of the year. Um, I want to also mention that if if I would like to break it down a little bit for the month, the first 2 weeks are the most favorable weeks to actually move forward and take action, or you might start to receive those opportunities leading you to open those new doors. The second week, um, it's very favorable to invest. So let's say the first week is great to create those ideas, or where that you need to put the finger in and do some gathering everything that you need, to plant the seeds and, etc. So the second week, you can continue to do that, but also it's now great also to invest, or now to apply everything that you've been gathering. Like, as an example, like to apply for a new job. And the first week you were doing research where to apply, and then the second week of February, excuse me, March, and it's great to now actually apply and send all the resumes and etc. Everything that you need to do to apply for that job. It's great to ask for a raise. I want to actually include on this, because the first 2 weeks are great to receive the efforts and the hard work that you've been putting into, receive that that abundance is the receive the harvest from everything that you, uh, like I said, like been working on. Again, just a heads up to not be too critical, because the number one is it's a very critical number. So we can tend to be very critical to others, or perhaps to be very critical with ourselves. Be aware uh, to not be impulsive, and be aware if you're starting to feel a little bit impatient, because this energy is really gonna give us a lot of vitality that we want to speed up everything. So just don't skip any steps, or yeah, any steps from the process that you need to go through. Okay, just so you know. um, Also, maybe be aware and avoid being greedy, and I want more, or overspending, I want to say, especially maybe like around the second week of March. But it's good to invest, but just do your research before you make any decisions. um, I want to say also include that as we move into the month, now for the third week. Also, I want to emphasize that anything that happens throughout the first 2 weeks is going to lean to completing any task that you have been putting off. So let's say that around the third week is the time to really focus about what you've been working on for the first 2 weeks. Any unfinished business, and endings, or discarding this and that, and to make it easier for you, because the third week will be a little bit on the influence about, like, okay, what is it I need to let go so I can move forward with this new project or new decision that I just made. um, and lastly, in the last week of March, we might feel pulled to focus on give a better structure on what is that we've been working on those third 3 weeks. Yeah. We might need to reorder something, if it's I don't know, changing location, or also that's very favorable. I want to actually include on that I want to say that for March it's like a new beginning in a new location, and it's actually very great, to move forward on that. But again, for the last week, it could be something that it needs a different just structure to provide you or provide us with more stability in the long term. It will be a little bit more busier. I want to say overall March is going to be busy, but I'm more like feeling more fulfilled, happy, motivated, joyful, with more vitality and rejuvenated. The last week, I want to say that it could be a little bit more tedious, a little bit busy, feeling a little bit exhausted. So just take your breaks and step back and maybe recharge. But eventually, when you're ready, continue what you're doing. Be consistent. If you're having some doubts, take a moment to do some review, reflection. Because it could be a possibility that some energies can surprise us about that we begin to doubt about ourselves. But just be consistent, and again, like, step back and just do your research. Overall, about everything that I just said, the number one, which is going to be representing the month of March, that number one is going to be talking with the year number, which is the number 7. So the number one is going to be saying, like, hey, 7, so what do you think about this? What do you think about that? But when you add them together, 1 plus 7, it gives us the total of the number 8. So overall, the month of March is going to lead us and to connect with that number 8. The number 8 represents business, prosperity, abundance. It's one of the tricky numbers, because if you've been doing your homework, it's bigger the possibility that you will receive the reward that you are seeking. But if you are not been doing your homework, Now it will be the possibility that the results that you were seeking, it will not be the ones that you been wanting to be, so just keep that in mind. But overall, the month of March, by being ruled by the number one, it's gonna bring everything that we wish for into reality. It's gonna help us to bring our dreams and our goals into reality, and it could blossom into beautiful prosperity, So my question is from me to you: what is that you want to manifest for the month of March? Um, Following that, just a reminder that I will be sharing what to expect for each personal year cycle. Um, so take this as general information and now combine it with your own personal year cycle. Okay, so for the people they have their personal year cycle 1 for 2023, the number that is going to be ruling for the month of March is the number 4. So the number 4, it's associated with the color green, also with the element of earth, as well the planet Uranus. And I want to say for the tarot card that represents the number 4 is the Emperor. Also, it's associated with all the seasons, the weather seasons, which is spring, summer, fall, and winter. After this said, that 4 that is going to be ruling you for March is going to really invite you, I want to say, that you might need to reorder and give a different structure, something in your life. This can be regarding career, your family, something personal. It could be connected extended family. It could be your home. So whatever is the case for each one of you, because the number 4 symbolizes to put the ideas into form and to give them a different structure. This means that anything that you create for the month of March is going to give you a beautiful stability for the long term. So keep that in mind. Be open-minded that life can bring you some unexpected changes. This is because that 4 is really gonna encourage you to be more practical. On March, it can feel a little bit like busy. I'm not gonna deny that it's gonna be a little bit tedious. It's gonna be all about work, and I'm not saying just career-wise. But the key here is to be self-disciplined, to be organized, to be persistent and consistent, and just persevere at anything that you are planning and whatever you desire to build. Because the 4, that's what it means, is the builder, is the creator of all. The 4 is the 4 pillars in a home, is the structure, is the base of everything. So as you can see, it's something that you need to build from the ground up, and that's where it's gonna show all the stability and is to give a strong foundation that on anything that you want to create, and it's gonna help you to last. You know what I'm saying, for a long period of life. For a long term. This can show up. Perhaps something about your home, I want to say, some issues that you need to pay attention to it, something that it needs to be taken care of. I need to hire people that, my plumbing perhaps, this is just an example that is right now not working the same way, so I need to hire people so they can fix it. So as you see, just to give a reorder something and to give us a different structure, because it was not working, and you need to work on that and to give it a more better stability. It could be regarding your current job, or perhaps some additional responsibilities. It can come to you that some people maybe got sick and you need to take care of that areas, you know what I'm saying, because it was unexpected, and So you need to step in and you need to handle, you know what I'm saying, all those additional responsibilities. So you see, it could be like a very a hard work period of this month of March. But my suggestion is for me to you to perhaps to not focus on the problem, and that's where this for the month of March is going to help you, that to learn to be more practical, to not focus on the problem, to enjoy life, you know, and to not just focusing on work and work, you know, because you can get burned out. So pay attention on that. Step back and take your moments to recharge, and so you can come back even stronger, you know. The number 4 is going to also encourage you that you might need to change something, so you can give it a different so you can create a different routine, I want to say. It can feel like a little bit slow, that I'm just working and I'm not going anywhere, or, you know, but believe me, you're going to get rewarded, okay? So just to focus now bi-weekly for the first week and second of everything that I just said, that's when you're going to feel it the most. You know, that's when as the changes are going to start to really like show up for you and like speed up, you know. For the second week, expect something unexpected. It's just something that you need to tap with your courage and get out of your comfort zone. It's no time to be shy, so put yourself out there, communicate anything that you want to share, you know, to others. The third week, I want to say that will be the week to maybe step back, to recharge, to reflect, to just focus on completing things, perhaps of everything that you've been working on for the first 2 weeks. So the third week is a time to really just finishing up things, and to let go of things that are not serving you, let's say, you know, because it's going to be a week like ending things, completing things, and to wrap things up, you know what I'm saying, and just completing those tasks. And lastly, for the last week, I want to say that be open to learn something new. Perhaps you receive some kind of news that you might to learn a new program, or that it's going to help you to help you understand a different way to do things. You know, it could be like also to be open to receive new ideas. It could be a week, the last week of March, of really a transformational week, that it can give you a big personal growth, you know. So just be open on that, because overall March is going to invite you that it's going to be a time of teamwork. So rely on the people, you know, ask for help, and also provide help to others, because that's going to be a very successful way for you to move forward for the month of March, to work as a team. So because something is going to show up on you, come up, that you can create something unique, that you can inspire others, and you can lead by example. Okay, so if you are in your personal year cycle 2, the number that is going to be ruling you for the month of March is the number 5. The number 5, it's a mental number. It represents the freedom seeker. It represents change. The number 5 is associated with the color blue, with the element of air, the planet Mercury, and the tarot card that it represents, the number 5, is the Hierophant. Sorry if I did not pronounce it correctly. Sometimes it can be a tongue twister there. The Hierophant. Anyway, so this 5, for all the people they have the personal year cycle 2, this 5 is really going to invite you to really connect with your fears. It's really gonna test your fears, because the 5 represents change. You might receive unexpected situations that you don't see it coming, like they say, expect the unexpected, right? So this five is really going to encourage you to get out of your comfort zone, to tap with your courage, to connect and acknowledge those fears, but to really take action. That number five is when we connect with that number, is really going to surprise us that what if you take the risk? What if you take that leap of faith? What if you go and try a different adventure to explore? It's going to be a little bit tricky because this five is really going to push you that you need to learn to adapt the circumstances, to adapt those changes. Such a beautiful number because it's going to really invite us that what if we try to do things in a different way, or what if you try to do things that you never done before. This is going to help you to understand that you might need to balance your emotions, and to be patient, okay, to rely on yourself and to keep focus. Such a beautiful month ahead for all the people, personal year cycle 2. The reason why is because changes are gonna start to show up. Everything is gonna start to speed up, but it's really going to lead you to connect with your freedom and gonna lead you to expand. This can show up that you might finally receive some news that you were waiting for, but it's gonna come unexpected, perhaps better than you thought. It could be that you might get pregnant and you were not even planning to get pregnant. Yeah, maybe you wanted to conceive a child, but you were not expecting actually to finally happen. This can be to some of you out there, or it could be that you finally got the job, that you applied for, or, that receiving those unexpected opportunities, to lead you to expand and just to feel finally that joy, that you were perhaps working on and seeking. This is really going to take you to perhaps a change the routine, to not live by just doing the same thing. It could be also travel involved. You might feel the need or pull, or maybe you will be invited to go somewhere to travel. It could be business wise, or it could be just by pleasure, depending each one of you. Also, I want to include and say that finally receiving the harvest from the hard work that you've been putting out there. You might need to communicate more than usual. It's something about expansion. I see like communication. Also, this is your month to really shine, and life is going to bring you those opportunities to really test you if you really are willing to take that leap of faith. But this is your time to shine. This is your time to communicate, to put yourself out there, to not be shy, to explore new adventure. So for the first week of, I want to say about March, and the second, if I really want to include it, but you're gonna start to feel it already. You're going to start to notice or to receive those news opportunities. You probably might know what this might be, but this, the first and the second week of March, that's when it's really going to start to hit, everything, or you probably will have an idea what this might be. The first week is receiving those changes. The second week is like to really gain that personal growth, to lead you to a big transformation. Be open to learn something new as well, I want to say. The third week, very joyful, more fulfillment energy that is going to be surrounding you. This is really the time that put yourself out there, or it's going to be a very fertile week, I want to also say, okay? If you really want to conceive a child, or just to plant the seeds about something, this is a really good time to do so, okay? So depending what is that you are planning to do, or whatever comes to you as well. That life can surprise you. And lastly, for the last week of March, it's like really receiving the harvest from the hard work that you've been putting out there, receiving rewards, getting rewarded. That's if you've been doing your homework, though. Um, be aware to not overspend, because you might feel really good and you want to enjoy, but just balance. Additional also responsibilities can play a role. So just be aware on that, but it will be more a sense of fulfillment. Increase also maybe finances, opportunity of that matter. Why not? That can also play a role too. Okay, then. So I wish you the best for this month of March, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, then. So for the people that they have the personal year cycle 3 for 2023, the number that is going to be ruling you for the month of March is the number 6. So the number 6 is associated with the color purple or indigo or lavender, also with the element of earth and the planet Venus. Also, I want to say that it's associated with the card in the tarot with the lovers. It's also connected with the heart chakra. The number 6 is such a beautiful number. It's the most harmonious and caring numbers. It's an emotional number, I want to say also as well. So this number 6, by you have it by the month of March, is really going to encourage you and to connect with yourself. It's something about self-care. It's something about to comfort yourself. It's something also related to family. The number 6, it represents family, represents health. It represents responsibilities regarding others. But it represents the beauty and all the forms, what I'm saying, that you seek, the harmony, the pleasures. So the number 6, by influencing you for this month of March, is really going to help you to perhaps to focus on yourself. Like I was saying at the beginning, perhaps you want to do some procedures, some surgeries by yourself, to make you feel better, or something that it needs to be taken care of too. It's something also related to family, maybe something about your children that you're going to need to pay more attention, and something that needs to be taken care of. Maybe your children needs to ask you for some kind of help, that are going through something, and that's when it comes the responsibility, and that you need to move everything aside so you can help your children. And this doesn't have to be in a negative way, just something that they need to go somewhere and you might need to take them, or they need to study something additionally and you need to help them on that matter, or they're moving to their new apartment, or change of location, or whatever it is. Is related also to the home. So it's something connected to the home. Maybe your home needs a better structure of some kind. You need to focus on your home so it can be a more caring and loving energy, just to give it a more solid foundation. Also, I want to include that this number 6 is one of the fertile numbers, such as the 3 as well. So you might have the opportunity to have and conceive a baby, if you're planning to have a child, so this is a really excellent time to do so, and because the energy is going to be on your favor. Or perhaps increase of responsibilities with extended family regarding their children, that you need to give them a hand. It can be also play a role in that matter. But Also, it could be something about your parents or your grandparents. They need additional care. Also, the number 6 is linked to marriage. Maybe you might be surprised that you might get engaged, or you're thinking to ask someone to marry you, or it could be a really beautiful month to get married. Um, Also, just a heads up that number 6 as well, that it represents marriage. It could be something regarding about divorce. So I hope that's not the case for you guys, but I still needed to share it. um, but this is a time to really, you're gonna need to sacrifice yourself for others, but just be aware to not overdo it, and to also focus on yourself. Something regarding about health, I want to include, maybe you want to begin a new routine about your health, a new um, diet routine, or a new workout routine, or like I said, like something that you want to do surgery, or just to take care of more your body, to give a more sense of structure and stability, whatever is the case. But on March, this number 6 is going to help you understand just to balance your boundaries with others, um, to not also be overprotective, just be aware about that, just to balance about how much you give and how much also to receive. It's all about giving and receiving, just to balance those, and just be aware of drama. I want to put it out there too. If it's regarding yourself, just acknowledge it and step back, but also be aware drama of others, or just environment wise, or whatever it can manifest for each one of you. Just be aware of that. If I want to be a little bit more specific, for the first week of March, let's see here. Okay, so yes, for the first week of March, that's when you're going to start to receive this kind of changes. It can come situations from, or issues, I want to say, from all directions, or it might show up also like a very calm and balanced week, so it depends each one of you. And the second week, it's something about detachment, even the first week too, something about detachment and something about completing patterns. Okay, something about endings and just unfinished business. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of that. The third week, it's very favorable for that fertility that I was talking about earlier, something about engaged or married, or something about your children or your home, whatever is the case. You're going to start to really understand where the month of March is going to lead you, and the theme actually that is going to take you for the rest of the year. And again, for the last week of March, it's going to show up also as well, something that it needs to wrap up, like to wrap things up, to complete something that it needs to be taken care of, and that you need to let go. It can be habits as well, or just situations that are not serving you anymore. Okay, let's see. I want to say yes, because I want to say that overall for the month of March, it's really going to invite you that you need to detach from something so you can welcome those new beginnings, but something needs to be taken care of first so you can have space for those really new beginnings. Okay. And I'm gonna use this an example. If you really want to have a child and you receive that news, like, oh, okay, so I got pregnant, or I'm gonna get married, or you see something that you need to detach. I'm gonna have to start organizing where for the wedding, or where I'm gonna live, or we need to make space for the baby, or etc. Whatever the situation it might be. Or this can be also related to career. So just keep that in mind. So pay attention of the circumstances, your situation of each one of you, and this is where you're gonna have a better understanding. But on March, everything is gonna start to speed up, so take advantage, and I wish you all the best. Okay, so for the people they have the personal year cycle for 2023, the number that is going to be ruling for the month of March is the number 7. The number 7 in numerology represents the seeker of the truth. It's a mental number. It's associated with the color violet or lavender. It's associated with the element of water, also with the planet of Neptune, and also represents in the tarot, the card that represents on the tarot is the Chariot. After that said, this number 7 that is going to be influencing you for March is really, really going to invite you to connect more with yourself, to go within. It's going to be a month of changes leading you to a really big transformation. Such a beautiful number because it's going to be your month of really personal growth. It's going to be situations about that you might receive opportunities that is going to invite you to learn something new, to be open for new ideas coming from other people, or just you changing your mindset. Not that you were in the wrong of something, it's because something that you receive that is going to give you a sense of understanding, and it's going to give you like a feeling of that epiphany, like, oh, now I understand, now I get it, now I have clarity, because the number 7 is linked to enlightenment. Such a beautiful number because it's really going to push you to connect with spirituality. Everything is going to start to make sense, and to connect more with the logic, and to connect with your mind more. And you're gonna feel pulled to really just to take a moment and connect with yourself. What is that is been calling you to do? What is your soul that has been calling you to do? Perhaps you want to study something new, because the number 7 is related with knowledge, with study. It's connected with wisdom. It's connected with research. It's connected with writing. Maybe this is the time to finally write that book that you wanted to do for a long time, or maybe to publish your book, or to seek some people that it can help you to publish your book, to help you on that matter. Also, this month of March is going to help you understand that I need to share my experiences with others, to learn that your self-worth, to learn that I need to teach others from all my experience that I've been through, and also from everything that you have learned. The number 7 is linked to study, is linked to teaching, to learning, to just share that wisdom that you have gained throughout the years. Also, I want to say that this 7 for the month of March, by you being in your personal year cycle 4, you might receive unexpected changes. You might need to learn to adapt those circumstances, but don't focus on the negative. It's actually those unexpected changes. That's where it's going to lead you to that big transformation. You might need to leave something behind so you can be open for those really new beginnings. For the first week of March, that's when everything is going to start to happen. At least you're going to have the knowledge excuse me, of where the month is going to lead you, and understand perhaps where it's going to take you for the rest of the year. But that's when you're going to start to receive those alignments, those situations about giving you a sense of clarity and understanding where what is the next step that you need to take, in the second week, it's something about collaboration with others, I want to say, something about partnerships, and this is your time to really create something unique with the help with others, and be open to seek help also from other people of anything that you are going through. In the third week, I want to say that take a moment to recharge. It's a week to rest, to focus on yourself, and just to complete any unfinished business, any pending tasks that you've been working for the first 2 weeks. And lastly, the last week of March, it's something really gonna really connect to you about new beginnings. This is where it's gonna open all the new doors, but you might need to declutter of some things on the last 3 weeks. And then the last week of March, that's when it's really gonna take you for those new beginnings. Communicate anything that you need to communicate, of course, with balance, but this is your time to really to understand yourself even more, to go within, to do some kind of research, to detox of any matter, because overall March, it wants to take you to connect and invite you to welcome those new beginnings. Okay, so I wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. If you are in your personal year cycle 5, the number that is going to be representing you for March is the number 8. The number 8 is associated with the color red, also with the element of earth. It's also linked to the planet Saturn, and if I want to include as well, for the card that represents on the tarot deck is the Strength card. After this said, the number 8 is associated with business. In numerology, it calls of many other names, is the powerhouse. It represents the warriors. It represents the leaders. It's a practical number, and then this number 8, by you having it on the month of March, such a beautiful number because it represents finally receiving the reward, the harvest that you've been working on. By being associated by the planet Saturn. Saturn is about bringing everything into reality. It's about structures. It's about hard work. It's going to be, I want to say, a busy month for you, but a very fulfillment month as well. Because where this is wants to lead you, this 8, let me double check. Yes, something that you need to detach first, and leading you to really those new beginnings. Okay, it's something about finally receiving that abundance, that prosperity that you deserve. Remember always that you deserve good, that you deserve that abundance. And this is especially if you've really been working hard and that you've been doing your homework. This number 8, by you having it on the month of March, is really going to invite you to tap with your courage. It will be additional responsibilities. Also, I want to say it could be related to your career, your current job, or it could be about your home, your children, your family, etc. Whatever is the case, but those increase of responsibilities is going to actually lead you to receive that abundance on the long run. The number 8 represents stability, but it's really about working hard. You're going to be faced with challenges. I'm not going to deny really obstacles and challenges, but it's also helping you to structure and to learn to be more practical. It's also about self-discipline. The key word here on March is about self-discipline. You might receive an opportunity about increase your finances. Maybe you're receiving your taxes, or an opportunity to um, change to a different position in your current job, and that will give you increase of money, of course with additional responsibility, but still it will be a balanced benefit for both ways, um, also, it could be that you might start to receive more clients if you have your business, and the uh, all the product and everything is starting to move forward and to flow, and you have that more income coming, but again, it's like you're starting to get more busy, but you're gonna have more clients, and more uh, stability in the financial situation. Be open, excuse me, no, be aware, I want to say, to just balance your finances, to balance your money, to not overspend. You can tend to really feel the need that you want to invest here or there, or to buy this or that. It's just to balance, and just maybe reach out to some people or to the experts of anything that you want to invest. It's very favorable actually to invest on for the month of March. If you want to buy a car, or you want to buy your home, or you want to finally open your doors of the business that you've been working on, is very favorable, excellent time to really put it out there, to open the doors to the public, and or to create your website, or to plant the seeds of finally of your business that you've been wanting to do for a long time, because the 8 it's very connected and linked to business. So it's very favorable for you to open your business, or to apply for a new job, or to ask for a raise, or those opportunities, even it can come to you as well, to be able for you to expand, and again, that receiving that reward, it's going to be again, it's going to be a busy, a month, but very satisfying. And the number 8 is going to help you understand that I'm the leader. I'm here to lead by example, to help others to succeed, that I deserve abundance, but I'm here to also give back that abundance. It's also favorable for you to do some kind of donations, and to help others in need, and that will give back to you on the long run. Just avoid perhaps a little bit to just avoid to not be greedy. To not want more, because you actually can lose it all. Be aware to not be impatient, and balance maybe your temper, because again, you can be very busy, and it can give you that feeling of being impatient. But just overall, it's a very successful and very lovable, beautiful, I want to say, month. It's all about like finally seeing the results of everything that you've been working on, and you can now move forward, and you're going to understand where this year is going to lead you, and this is where everything is going to begin on for the month of March. And remember, the key word for the month is to be self-disciplined. Now, just to go quick here, just to do some a quick mention here for the first week of March. That's when everything needs to be taken care of. That's when everything needs to be structured. Everything needs to have order. This is really going to be is really going to be calling you to be disciplined, okay, for the first 2 weeks of March, okay? For the third week, it's something about expansion. It can be a fertile week for you to plant the seeds, or if this is representing about maybe conceiving a child, or finally receiving that abundance, and from all the hard work that you've been planning into about that, But if that's not the case, it's just really put yourself out there to communicate and to be the leader to others. And that's where the third week is going to actually take you, to expand and to meet new people. It could be also that you want to take a vacation or to travel with your family or friends, or you can meet new people too as well. For the last week of March, it's really going to take you to create something unique, to work as a team, something about partnership, to partner with another person or more than one, um, and to really just really talk and sit down and talk and just gather and plan about everything that you've been working out, or what is it you want to manifest. The last week is all about partnerships and to create something unique so you can inspire others and also lead by example. Okay, so there you go, and I wish you all the best for the month of March. I'll talk to you soon. Now, if you are in your personal year cycle 6, the number that is going to be representing for the month of March is the number 9. The number 9, it's an emotional number. It represents endings, completions, culminations, end of cycles. It's associated with the color gold, like the autumn colors, associated with the element of fire, also with the planet of Mars, and it represents from the tarot cards the Hermit. After that said, that number 9, if you're in your personal year cycle 9, on March is going to invite you to that it's time to complete any unfinished business. It's time to close some doors. They're not like serving you anymore. But not just that, it's closing some doors that period or cycle in your life, it has come to an end. That your mission, that your journey, it has been completed. And because life wants to encourage you to be ready for new beginnings, for new chapter on your life. And this can be linked and representing on all areas on your life. The number 9 is a mental number. It is a mental number. It's an emotional number. It's one of the sensitive numbers as well, like the number 3 and 6. But on March, this number 9 is really going to push you that it's time to finalize something. It's so you can be ready for those new beginnings. Something needs to end. It's also a month, I want to say, of healing. Something also can take you, life can surprise you or take you to be in service of others, to share your wisdom, to share your knowledge, to teach on somehow. Because the number 9 overall, that represents wisdom, you are here to share your wisdom of all the experience and the challenges and obstacles that you've been through your life, and now you're here to share it with others, to teach them, to guide them, to illuminate them in some way in their journey. Because the number 9, it represents as well education. You might feel pulled that you want to learn something new, you want to study something new, or life can bring you that opportunity that you need to learn something new. Either way, however it's going to manifest to you, but you need to let go old ways, you need to let go a new old routine, you need to let go just a new old chapter in your life. And it can be also personal, that I don't want to continue on this job, I don't want to continue on doing this anymore, because I feel that I already serve their purpose, and I'm ready for that new chapter in my life. Also, the number 9 is linked to creativity. It's one of the numbers that has a lot of creativity. So this is the month for you to be creative, to bring ideas into the table, to create anything that you've been working on. It could be regarding social media, so you can share it to the world, or just anything that it makes you feel creative too. Maybe to learn um, to study something. I'm gonna go back and mention that, like, it just comes to my mind. Let's say that you want to be a fitness instructor, and I want to study how to become an instructor. And perhaps you might continue in your career, but you want to add something into your routine, and that gives you a sense of also a purpose. Because the number 9, it's is here to help you to reinvent yourself. The number 9 can actually have a lot of titles, if I can describe it that way. It could be this, it can be an author, it can be this, it can be an astrologer, it can be a teacher of some kind, it can be a fitness instructor. You know what I'm saying? Like that 9, it's one of the it's actually the universal number. It's the number 9 comes from the rest of the numbers, so it's a global number. So you are here to on the month of March to uh, have some kind of impact to yourself, and also to the world. Just to learn to ground yourself. Any unexpected changes there that you might receive, just to balance your emotions, and just to give with no expectations, and just to surrender and be open to those new opportunities, and just to let go of the past. Now, if I want to jump and focus for the first week of March, that's when everything is going to start to show up. You perhaps will have a sense of clarity where the month is going to lead you, and also as well for the rest of the year. But the first week, that's when everything is going to start to show up, and what is that you need to focus on, and completing those tasks. Anything that you've been working perhaps on January, on February, some appointments that you need to be taking care of, just some issues or situations, they just need to be completed. It could be regarding your children, doctor's appointment, or something about your home, or anything related to that, or anything that you are going through, just completing those pending tasks. And the second week, it's something about detachment. It's something, and you know what? Let me also include the third week. The second and the third week, it's something that you need to detach, and that's when it comes to change. If the first week is completing, and also now the second and the third week, it's something about connecting with yourself. What is that you want to nurture, to comfort yourself? It's about your health, maybe increase of responsibilities regarding your parents, your children, or your grandparents, however. Again, like it shows up on you, but something about detachment, and then perhaps like a new routine that has to play a role. Or it could be very favorable about if you want to conceive a child, because you're going to be a very fertile energy, that is going to be surround you. So if you're planning to conceive, I would recommend, to be open on that. If not, we'll just maybe be aware on that. But even I want to also jump to the last week too. Also, it can be very favorable on that matter to conceive as well. So because the second and the third, it's about really focusing on yourself. It's about health, family, responsibility, very harmonious also energy, I want to say. It could be maybe some engagement or getting married, or if it's not you, it could be that you finding out about your friends or your family, your coworkers, or whatever is the situation. But it can play a role on that too, not to all of you, but it can show up something about that. But now, focusing on the last week, something about expanding. That's why I included also fertility too as well. But expanding, I don't want to really recommend to maybe get married unless if you were already planning and you have already your date that it's set for March. It's perfect, because now you're finally completing that chapter, but not really to start a new relationship. It's like a fresh new relationship. I don't really recommend, because you're in the phase of completing things. So let's say that you schedule an appointment on some kind of February, and then you're completing in March, or like I said, like maybe planning for you to get married, or regarding of a job, a career, or your business, whatever it is, and then you're completing on March. So you see what I mean. But the last week, it's about receiving the harvest, putting yourself out there. It's a really beautiful week for you to shine, to not be shy, and just to be open to expand and to meet new people, to help you to expand. It could be some kind of new opportunities. But again, you had to close an old chapter in your life, or maybe not completely close it, but to maybe just change the routine, to not do the same way, like some part of it. And then so you can be open for those new opportunities. But again, the last week, it's something about receiving opportunities for you to travel. I want to say, if you want to personal travel, it could be also very favorable. You can want to travel, but I don't recommend to really maybe buy something. Like invest something big, like a car or like a home, because you're in a completing phase. So I don't really recommend, unless, again, you've been planning already from January, February, even if you want to add even last year, if something that is already been planning and that you've been in the process, now it's actually finally is great to move forward with that. If you were and going through some kind of legal matters, finally it will be your month of completing that chapter, that phase in your life. So I just want to also mention about that. It's finally finding a solution of some kind of problems or issues. If it's not really a problem, it's just some pending tasks, that you were waiting for, let's say, and finally they're going to come to a solution, and it's going to be resolved. Because overall, March, just in general now, it's really going to lead you to a big personal growth. It's going to be actually your month of transformation, because life is really want to take you to a really new beginning, a new chapter in your life, and it's going to give you a more sense of wisdom, and so you can share that wisdom to others, to inspire them, and to lead by example. Because overall, the 9, it's one of the numbers of leadership. So you are here to lead others by example. And it's going to be a month of healing and forgiveness too. Forgiveness with yourself, forgiveness about your past, personal or external, internal and external. And just going to be a sense of freedom, because eventually for you, for April, for the people that have the personal year cycle 6, for April is going to be your new beginnings officially. Overall, globally, for March, for all of us, it's new beginnings, but it's really going to be very connected for you, more favorable for you, I want to say, for April. So there you go. I wish you all the best. I'll talk. If you are in your personal year cycle 7, the number that is going to be representing you for March is the number 1. Actually, for all the people that they are in their personal year cycle 7, when I talk per month, you're really going to be aligned with the year influence energy that is going to be taking us, for this 2023. So what I'm trying to say, if your personal year cycle is 7, you're really connected with the globally as a collective number, because 2023, the total brings us to 7. So if you are in your personal year 7, so you see you're very, very aligned with the globally year number. Okay, so the number 1 is going to be influencing you for the month of March. So everything that I said at the beginning of the video is really gonna resonate, and take the information that I said when I talk about what to expect for the whole month of March, okay? But I would just go in through, I will go to a quick recap, and mention that for that, by you having that number one, it's really going to invite you to plant the seeds and create anything that you really want to manifest, to bring your dreams into reality, to give them structure, to lead by example, to be original, to create something unique. But you're going to need to tap with your courage, to connect with your individuality, to be independent, to stand alone, to take action. This is going to be your month to really go full speed. You're going to feel more energized. With more vitality, because overall the number one is associated with the color red, with the element of fire, the planet sun. Also, as well, with the tarot card, it's associated with the magician. So the magician represents to make some magic so you can bring and manifest your goals and your dreams into reality, as I was saying. Very, very beautiful energy for the month of March. This is really going to help you to move forward of everything that you've been working on. It's going to go full speed. It's really going to take you to initiate new projects, to open your business, or to create a business, to create your website, to put yourself out there perhaps on social media and share whatever you have to say. But opportunities also, they're going to come and knock on your door and to bring you new adventures. It's up to you if you really want to take them, but don't be surprised if they're really those opportunities come and surprise you in a good way. To do things in a different way. It's your time to invent new things, to be open for fresh ideas, to meet new people. Just be aware to not be impulsive and to be impatient, because you're going to have a lot of vitality and a lot of motivation, compared perhaps to February, I want to say. Now you want to go full speed, so just hold on to not skip any process, and be aware of to not do any like shortcuts, if I want to describe it or say it that way. If I want to break it down per week, let's say, yes. So the first week and the second, if I really want to include it too, those 2 weeks are going to be the main theme, for the month of March, where it's going to help you to understand where the month is going to lead you, and perhaps for the rest of the year. And the first week, it really could be like receiving those kind of opportunities to open a new chapter in your life. The second week is really like receiving the results from all the hard work that you've been putting into. Just be aware to not overspend if it's regarding money. On the first week, let me go back again. On the first week is something that you need to reorder, but it's those new beginnings that want to welcome you. The second week, you need to detach about something, but finally receiving the harvest. The third week, I want to recommend to step back. It's going to be an excellent time for you to reflect, to review on the things that you've been working and everything that is happening, for the first 2 weeks. So take a moment to step back, to focus on completing things, because this is going to be your week of really not really officially start anything new compared to the other 2 weeks, to more to completing unfinished business. And lastly, the last week for you, it will be something that you need to reorder. It needs a different sense of structure. It's going to be a time for you to build and really now bring the ideas into reality and start something from the ground up. Or if it's not the case, just something that it needs to have a better structure. It's going to be a busy week, the last week overall. I think the whole month of March, that's how it's going to be. But but you're gonna feel very motivated and with a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? Just take a moment to balance that energy, so you don't want to like go fast and get burned out or something, you know. But the last week, it can be one of the most weeks that is going to be busy, you know, but tedious a little bit, I want to say, like working, but the effort of your the effort will pay back, you know, it will pay it off, excuse me. So there you go. So I wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. If you are in your personal year cycle 8, the number that is going to be representing you for the month of March is the number 2. um, the number 2 is one of the emotional numbers in numerology. It represents as well as linked to business. It's associated with the color white, or it could be green. Also with the element of water. It's linked to the planet of the moon, and it represents from the tarot cards the card, the High Priestess. After that said, this means that this number 2 that is going to be influencing you for March, by you being in your personal year cycle 2, I want to say that it's really going to take you to connect with other people and to partner with those people. The number 2 represents collaboration with others, to partner with others, because this will help you to expand. It's about actually working behind the scenes, you know. It's about teamwork. That's going to be one of your strengths: teamwork in collaborating with others, to business with a partner. If it's not regarding business or anything about career, it could be regarding with your current partner or a new partner. It's very favorable for you to partner with another person if this is romantically, to make it official of some matter, to move in together, to get engaged or get married. Why not, you know? Or just to make it officially to be in a relationship, you know. Because overall the 2 is the union with another person. But the month of March is gonna take you, or invite you, you know, to really create something unique. Because you are connected with one of the master numbers, which is the 11. 1 plus 1 becomes 2. That's the base number. But you need to eventually connect with that master number. And the master number is here to inspire, to illuminate others, to lead by example. But something that it needs to be created in a unique way to help others, to help others succeed, you know. And but you probably are going to need to partner with another person, or just other people are going to help you to expand. Also, I want to mention that it's the month to be open to receive help from others. Even if you feel the need that you need to reach out to other people, you know, it's for a reason, because this is your time to really reach out to the experts, or to a person that you need some kind of guidance to as well, of anything that you want to move forward with it, you know. It's a time to really understand the value of others and understand the value about yourself, you know. It's about negotiations. It will be a great month for you to negotiate any deal. To if you want to buy a home, it's great to negotiate and get to a fair deal, you know, with your real estate or etc. However, this shows up on you, you know. If you want to buy a car, you know, why not? You know, it could be great to negotiate on that matter. It could be something about your career, a new job. This is very favorable to team up with a company, you know. But all that regarding about the partnership with others, and in the key word, one of the many key words, it could be about teamwork, okay, about giving and receiving. It's going to be a very harmonious month, I want to say. 7, 8, 9. Yes, sorry. I was just double checking here. Yes, so the month overall, it wants to take you to really complete any unfinished business. because you're gonna be creating something unique, something pending that you've been working, even I want to say about February. um, February for you, just focusing on the people that have that personal year cycle 8, something that you begin or begun on February, something that you need to now work on it behind the scenes, and maybe that collaboration with others and to help you move forward. It's something about working on that matter, to learn to be adaptable. It's very also month. It's a very benefit month to also to be with friends. I want to also include to meet new people that it can actually become friends. If not, it could be your current friends. It's actually great to meet up with your friends and have that reunion and to catch up. This month is going to help you understand that you have to learn to cooperate with others, to collaborate with others. If other people are been cooperating with you, what if you also as well give that back? To work as a team and to detach of some kind of codependency. Okay, to learn to balance, perhaps being I don't know, like oversensitive. You might want to say, or maybe to work on some kind of boundaries with others, or family, just to be your authentic self, and to understand and respect the value of yourself, and also as well is to learn to also integrate other people in your life. Okay, so now for the first week of March, first and second, I believe that that's when you're gonna feel actually everything starting to move forward. Okay, it's like receiving some kind of opportunity or some news of any matter that really you're gonna understand where the month of March is going to lead you, or even for the rest of the year. But yeah, the first week I see that about that's when it comes and shows up about the partnership with other people. It's something that it can come unexpected, so be aware of that. So um, be adaptable, of any changes. Okay, so it doesn't really like surprise you. Be aware of that. Something unexpected can show up, but for in a good way. The second week, it could be something about new beginnings, really like focusing on that matter, new beginnings, new projects, like planting the seeds. Let's say that the first week you receive some kind of opportunity, something unique, something new that you never done before, and then and then the second week, it can be something about that planting the seeds. I'm going to be working on that and creating this new project that I just received. And then the third week, it's something about communication, expansion. You're going to be in a phase very fertile. If this is not regarding of conceiving a child, it can be something regarding of your career, meeting new people, just to give you an opportunity to expand. And communication is going to be the key. Okay, balance your insecurities. Sorry, my kids. So just be aware of that, so it doesn't hold you back. Now, lastly, for the last week of March, it will be additionally unexpected changes. Might be that you need to get out of your comfort zone, to tap with your courage, to try to do things in a different way, or to try to do things that you never actually done before. That's why I said about courage, or something about travel. I want to also include, maybe you decide to travel here. I never been there before, you know what I'm saying? And I want to travel. I want to expand. I want to connect with my freedom a little bit, and to connect with some kind of adventure. So there you go. I wish you all the best for March. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. If you are in your personal year cycle 9, the number that is going to be influencing you for the month of March is the number 3. The number 3 is associated with the color yellow and orange. It represents communication, expression, and expansion. It's also associated with the element fire, with the planet Jupiter. And the card that represents in the tarot is the Empress. After that said, that number three for the month of March that is going to be influencing you for all the people that have the personal year cycle 9 is going to encourage you to really expand. Is your time to expand. Is your time to express yourself, to communicate on what is that you want to create, and what is your goals, your dreams. The number three is it's a fertile number, it's an emotional number. So this means that talking about fertility, this can be that a new project, it can come to reality. Maybe something that you've been working on is the time to finally see the results and to start to expand that project that you've been working on. Or this, it could be related that finally you make the decision to get pregnant and conceive with a child. Or it could be that life can bring you that opportunity. That's something that you perhaps you've been working on, or if it's regarding adoption, to finally have that opportunity to be a parent, to get pregnant, or like I said, if it's regarding adoption, to become a parent, if you don't mind me repeating. But anyway, so that three is really one of the beautiful numbers in numerology. All the numbers, have their purpose, but the number three, it's about seeing the results, receiving the harvest from everything that you've been working on. And it's going to be your time to travel, to expand, to meet new people, to help you to move forward. And perhaps those people, they can actually become a new circle, of friends. Because the number three is associated also with friendship. Also, your current friends, it can play a role in your life, especially in this month, that it can help you to move forward or expand, or depending the situation of each one of you. But maybe you finally receiving some news of something pending that you were waiting for, or that you been working on, like some legal matter, finally receiving the news that everything now is moving forward, and I can finally plan and create what is the next step that you might need to take. The key word, well, one of many, for the month of March is really communication. It's the month to really be creative. If you want to write a book, it's actually very favorable to do so. Anything regarding with words, that you starting to write your new book for the first time, or maybe of many other books that perhaps you already did. So take advantage about that, because the number three, it's all about self-expression. This is your month to shine. It's one of the most favorable months for you, as having the personal year cycle 9. Perhaps eventually, I want to say, other months, that I want to give you a heads up. Give me a second. I want to say that if March, yeah, so even November, yeah, even probably November, I want to say. But when the time comes, we'll talk about that more. You know what I'm saying? Let's focus on March. Anyway, I don't want to sidetrack. This is going to be your month also about socializing, something about parties, gatherings with friends or new friends, or just getting invited, so some kind of reunions. Just very joyful energy, for the month of March for you. It's going to be about also celebrating maybe someone getting married, or it could be that you getting engaged or getting married. It's also very favorable, because if it's also representing expansion, why not? Very favorable for you if you want to take that step and get engaged or get married, to make something official in that matter. Just be aware to not sidetrack or scatter your energy too much. That will be more appropriate to say, to not scatter yourself too much and get burned out. Anything that you're doing, focus on those particular things that you need to do. Do not do things, do not add more things, because you're gonna have a lot of energy and vitality. So do not add more into it, because you might not finish it. So just a heads up on that. That's what I meant about scattering your energy. You will not be able to finish the projects. Be aware to not to be impulsive. You might get a little bit impatient. Be aware of dramatic situations that it can might surround you, or if it's you, just acknowledge that, be aware of that. But just overall, such a beautiful and joyful, harmonious energy for you for March. It's really going to be a month for you to blossom, and to communicate and to express yourself. It's your time to shine, and to put yourself out there, to not really focus on what other people might say. Just be you, and that's what it matters the most, because overall, anything that you conquer or that you do this month is going to give you really a good sense of stability. Now, if I want to jump quick here and just mention about the first week and the second week, is one of the it's the two main weeks, that the first and the second, that is really going to be about expansion, about moving forward. You're going to be busy, but in a good way. It's about like receiving opportunities. You're going to be, everyone is going to probably want to get your attention. You're going to be the center of the attention, so if you don't really like, to be like out there, be aware of that, because you might get those kind of situation, or that feeling, something about detachment, but in a good way, because it's your time to expand. So you perhaps need to let go of something, or just to change some kind of routine. It's probably a time of healing, because receiving the harvest, and it can give you a sense of healing, to focus on yourself. I'm not saying to be selfish on that matter, but what is it you want to focus on yourself, self-care, nurture, and if you want to invest on yourself physically, or internal, external, however it is, um, feel free to do so, because I believe that the energy is going to really be in your favor. But the first and the second week of March, you're really going to know what is going to be the theme for them, for March, or even for the rest of the year. The third week is really about detachment, and then again, I'm going to repeat it, about self-care, nurturing. Now, something about it could be your parents or children, if you have, or even, I said, it's a fertile month for you. So maybe that's when you finally receive the news that you have conceived, or maybe they give you the green light to adopt a child. Or also, I want to include, it's great to also to invest on buying, maybe adopting, a pet. If you want to adopt a dog or a cat, or whatever is the case, it's also very favorable to do that. It's something about pets. I just wanted to put it out there. Because again, the third week and the last week, it's something about family, additional responsibilities, but in a good way. It could be, again, about engagement, marriage. If it's not you, maybe someone else that you know. It could be a possibility that some challenges can come all over the place, but it's leading you maybe a sense of healing. If that's not the case, it's gonna be a very harmonious and very joyful, and very more balanced and happier month for you. Okay, keep me posted. Share any comments that you would like to say. But what can I say? Enjoy this month, and I wish you all the best. I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye for now.